Hi YouTube, I'm back and I've just completed my henna process. The first video, for those that are just chiming in, the first video it was on how I prepare my henna mixture. The second video is how I actually apply it. And I wanted to bring a video on how I rinse it out. But unfortunately, my husband or my son was here to videotape it. So unfortunately, I'm only going to be able to just tell you how I did it. Now, let me say this. I'm just not someone who's just now starting to try henna. I've been doing henna for the last 9 years. I didn't do it any last year, but I've been doing henna for the last 9 years and been doing it faithfully for the last 9 years. And I have tried different things. So the things that I'm bringing to you, one, let me say this. I'm not saying this is the way you have to do it. I'm just only telling you what Barron's Beauty have found to work for her. And two, I am not saying that this is the only way to do it. I'm just want to discuss some of my trial and errors to help you out, because that's how I learned to do it this way, by going through a lot of times where I made a complete mess of my head, okay? Because even though I can't tell you what to do, I sure as heck can tell you one thing not to do, and that is agitating it. But we'll get to that part. What I did was I filled my tub up with warm water. I used to do it in the sink when my hair was shorter, but as my hair grew, I had to start doing it in a tub, because doing it in the sink if you have length to your hair, unless your sink is very deep, then your hair is actually going to be at the bottom of the sink, just sitting amongst the clay that collects there. So I started doing it in a tub. And what I do, again, I just fill the tub up with warm water. And as you all notice, when I finish applying the powders, I actually had my hair in 2 knots, okay? And I do that for a reason, because it's just easy bending over a tub for me to submerge one side of my hair under the water. Now, as I had stated, and let me back up and clear something up, because I did state in one of my videos that henna has some properties to pull out the impurities and all that good old stuff and balance the scalp. Let me say this, because I don't know anything about the henna plant doing that, but the way Barron's Beauty do her treatment, it has those properties, okay? And the reason I say that, if you all notice, I showed you all 2 different henna packs that I use. I showed you the Nupur. And let me make this clear. The Nupur does not have, that I'm aware of, does not have henna in it. So normally when I use the Nupur, I would use a pack and a half of the Nupur, and I would add some of the Jamila henna, because henna is its own plant. And that plant is what brings about strength. All the other stuff that's in the Nupur, it has its own properties and benefits, okay? So normally I will mix some of the Jamila up with the Nupur so that I can have that strength from the henna plant. Now, when I use Jamila, which is what I use to do the tutorial, I added all those other powders in there. Normally, and most of those powders are also in the Nupur. That's why I just use the Nupur most times. But this application, I used the Jamila, and I added all those other extra ingredients like the shikakai, stuff like that. Now, because that is how I do my henna, and the shikakai is in there, the shikakai, for those of you who know about it, it does work as a cleanser on your scalp and hair. It is a natural good cleanser that is known to pull out any type of impurities and bring about a balance on your scalp that you need, okay? So that is why I made that comment on the last video about some of the benefits. So I just had wanted to clear that up. The way that I do my mixture, it does help with balancing my scalp and cleansing it, okay? And for that reason also is the reason that I do not start my henna application on shampooed hair. A lot of ladies, they apply their henna on freshly shampooed hair. I don't. And the reason being is because part of my process is I have shikakai in there that is going to give me that cleansing factor. Okay? So I don't want to overdo it. It's like almost putting Shikai on your hair as a cleanser, and then you get in there and you do a clarifying treatment. That's a disaster. Okay, so back to how I rinse it out. When I submerge one side of my hair under the water, you will notice your hair is just as swimming in the water. At that time, and only at that time, do I then take the pads of my finger, get to my scalp, and I try and do what we call a screeching effect to get that worked on my scalp real good and, clean away any impurities or anything that is there, okay? And again, and I stress, it is only at the time that my hair is submerged under the water, my hair all the way up to my scalp. I'm talking about my whole side be submerged under that water, because that is the time that you would want to do it, because the water, it acts as a detangler, okay? Again, while your hair is submerged under that water, that water then is acting as a detangler. And it is at that time that I gently would do a screeching process on my scalp, just to, one, get that clay worked in there, loosen the clay that's on the scalp, because remember, I do apply it to my scalp, and also to, move any grime, anything that's on there, because I want it to be clean, because again, I am not going to then shampoo. Some women, they do a clarifying treatment with their henna process. I don't. I have tried it. It just was a little bit too drying for me, okay? So that is why I've learned what can I put in my treatment that would be a cleansing factor, and the Shikai did it. So after I do one side, I then do the other side, okay? That is why I like doing it in two, rather than sometimes you can put it all up here, but only time I've done it like in a not up here, but in a ponytail, having all of it to go back in the clay, is if I'm going to rinse it out in the shower only. But if I'm going to do it in the tub, which is the way I like to do it, I do it on as two individual sides. After I do the tub, submerge my both sides in the tub, I then get in the shower and I do a co-wash. That is with a very cheap, good conditioning conditioner, okay? What I do is I drench my hair in conditioner, and I do not agitate at all, because remember, I've already cleaned it, okay? What I'm doing now is just trying, all I'm doing now is just, excuse me, that was my phone. All I'm doing now at this point is just trying to get any other of the powder that's still up in there, get that out, and also just trying to give me some conditioning effect, so that once I get out and start running my hand through it, that conditioner would have already loosened up any tangles that may be in there, okay? So again, I am not agitating it with my fingers. I put that conditioner on and I run my hand through it as the water, again, as the water is running through my hair. Because again, water will act as a detangler, okay? Use it, lady, it's there. So that's what I do. Then I do the next side. I will do that 2 times. When I'm rinsing it out that second time, that is when I'm really looking at my water to see, is it running clear enough? If it is running clear, then that's it for the rinse. Then I take more of that cheapy conditioner, put it on, and I let it sit. I let it sit until I take care of the rest of my business. And then, and when I say that, I'm talking about wash up, and then I would rinse it out. That last time that I'm putting it on there and leaving it, that I'm just trying to really get a little bit more conditioning effect. So that's why I'll leave it till after I finish, bathing, and then I'll rinse it out. Now, ladies, let me say this, and you don't got to believe me, but I have not combed my hair out. And anybody that know Barron's Beauty, I really don't use a comb, especially on wet hair. Now, my hair is probably about 50% dry, but I have not combed my hair. This is just freshly. I have not even put my deep conditioner in, ladies. I have not. This is from the henna application and doing a co-wash. And look. Now, yes, I have some snags because of crosshairs. And anybody know crosshairs, that is when, like if you have not freshly manicured your hair by combing it and your hairs are going like this, you have to be very careful when you comb it or when you run your hands through it, because when your hairs are crossed, it does create a snag, and a lot of times we'll be done pull through that snag and pull the hair out. Shed hair does also create cross hairs, and you know that can also then, if you don't get them cross hairs out, it can lead into a tangle or not. But yeah, this is freshly rinsed out henna. Ladies, my hair feels so soft. Woo, ridiculously soft. I'm sitting here saying, darn it, I missed this. Why, God, how did I even go a year without doing this? Ladies, my hair feels so soft and conditioned. And a lot of that also has to do with the different things that I put in my henna. And I am going to do another video. I know y'all like, gosh, how many videos she going to do on henna? Henna is a very important treatment that I like. So I am going to also do a video after this, just going over the different things that I did use in my henna, that you saw me use in my henna, and just briefly just telling why, and why I put them in my henna. But ladies, I'm talking about my hair is super soft, and I can run down a few of them right now. I still have a little bit of time. But like the grapeseed is a good moisture for your strand. It also helps with your cuticles. I use sunflower, which are also good for cuticles and giving moisture. Olive oil, I like the protein factors of olive oil. But it also is a good moisturizing oil. Coconut, come on, y'all know about coconut. But the Ayurvedic powders, you have the amla, adds shines and luster. Hibiscus, it rejuvenates hair and makes it shiny and silky. The shikaka, as you all know, it cleans the hair and the scalp. The Baran, and I don't know how to pronounce it, but Brindraj powder, it revitalizes the hair and makes it luxurious. I put egg in there, which is an added protein, natural protein for the hair. Marshmallow root, which was used because it helps with the rinsing out, so it's not too hard, because a lot of strength is going in there, but it's that marshmallow root helps with the rinsing out. It gives it some slip. It does. It gives a lot of natural products, natural moisturizing conditioners and leave-ins and detanglers. A lot of them will have marshmallow root in it, because that's where gives you that slip. The amla, I put amla powder and amla oil in there. I've just discussed what that's good for. Rosemary leaf, which is another thing that you all saw me put in there. And that, again, that is good for the scalp. Rosemary is a good antibacterial oil. So you saw me put the leaf in there. And again, that's why I'm able to say that it's pulling out impurities and also giving my scalp the good cleansing. Now, one of the things that I would definitely say, besides the oils, why my hair, again, vitamin E is in there. Vitamin E, which is good for shedding, very good for shedding, and also dry scalp. But another important thing of why I know my hair feels so soft is the BTMS. BTMS is in a lot of commercialized products, and that's what gives that commercialized conditioners. It's a conditioning element. And I added that, and I know that that's one of the reasons why, even though my hair always feels like this after I do a henna treatment, but I know that's one of the reasons why my hair feels so well conditioned, is because of that BTMS. So yeah, I'm in love. I can't believe I went a year without this. It's like now I'm like, gosh, yes, I miss this feeling. And like I said, ladies, I have not combed my hair, and look, it do have some texture. It almost look like I did a Texlax. It has loosened my curl pattern that much where it looks like I have done a Texlax. Okay, ladies, you can't go wrong with this. So just want to bring it to you. And again, God bless, stay strong, and as always, mucho besos. Love you.